With the two new Sailor Moon movies hitting Netflix this week, I went and watched Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Crystal. So let's talk about this anime series. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Justin. I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, and anime, of course, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. A two-part film, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal, is based on the dream arc of the manga, and it's set to hit Netflix this week. I have never seen a Sailor Moon series. When I heard that they were going to do a two-part movie on Netflix that was previously released in Japan, I was like, this is the perfect time to actually go back and watch it. My wife and I, a couple years ago, saw a Sailor Moon movie in theaters. She was a big fan of it when she was younger. Never watched this series. The Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Crystal series is a more faithful adaptation of the manga series. And since this two-part movie serves as a fourth season in this series, I decided to watch this one instead of the original series. The series is separated into multiple stories. The first season focuses on Dark Kingdom, the second season focuses on Black Moon, and the third season focuses on Death Busters. Usagi is a 14-year-old girl who meets Luna, a talking black cat that tells her that she is a Sailor Moon. She's destined to fight a group of villains and protect a legendary artifact known as the Silver Crystal. Throughout the first season, we're introduced to Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Mars, Sailor Venus, Sailor Jupiter, and Tuxedo Mask. Each season was about 14 episodes. I think the second one was 12 and the third one was 12. And the fourth season is the two movies. There's a lot of different storylines in here, and I like that each season focused on one main story. First season focused on Dark Kingdom, which really focused on the Sailor Guardians and their past life and discovering the mysterious man, the Tuxedo Mask. I feel like the first season did a great setup of these characters, slowly introducing them throughout the season and then also giving them enough backstory as well where we learn a lot about them. There's a lot that we have to take in for these characters. The first season was just so action-packed. I love all of the moments where the girls transform into the Sailor Guardians. There's a lot of time spent on that. I grew up watching Power Rangers a lot. It reminded me a lot when the teenagers morphed into the Power Rangers. It reminds me a lot of that. They call upon their powers, they transform into the Sailor Guardian, and the animation for a lot of those sequences is a standout. I love the color and the transformation for a lot of these characters. But I was so invested with the storylines very early on in the first season of this series and how it focused on the characters and their secret life as a Sailor Guardian, and learning a lot about them only in the 14 episodes. And then we have this really strong bond between Usagi and Tuxedo Mask. At first, it was a bit conflicted. We couldn't tell if the Tuxedo Mask was a villain or not, but as we learn more about his character, he became a very strong character and one that I absolutely loved watching. But then we transition into the second season, and the first season ended probably my favorite moment ever in the series is when this young girl comes down to Earth. She's got pink hair, kind of looks like Sailor Moon, and she pulls a gun on Sailor Moon. The whole first season focused on like their powers and love and friendship, and then they whip out a Glock on Sailor Moon. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. But it transitioned nicely into the second season and really expanding on the world and previous life of Sailor Moon and her future life as well. We get to meet this young girl in the second season named Chibiusa, and she's a young girl, pink hair, like I said, looks like Sailor Moon. Really adds a lot to the second season. It's the fun balance between being serious but also a lot of comedic moments between her and Sailor Moon. They're constantly bickering back and forth. Really hilarious stuff. We learn a lot about Chibiusa in the second season, and there we go to the future with all of the Sailor characters, and we get introduced to Sailor Pluto as well. So the second season of this series really focuses a lot on building these characters as a group and they're understanding their abilities a lot more, but also expanding on the world that is set up in this series and going in the future and expanding on it even more. But going back to the first season and the second season, I like how it still focuses on one storyline, and the first season transitions so nicely into the second season. Still loving the characters, but getting a whole new story to soak in. One major complaint I have for the series is I know that it really focuses on Sailor Moon, but I really like some of the other Sailor Guardians. Sailor Mercury and Sailor Venus. They're characters that I do enjoy watching, but they're very brief. We don't get a lot of development for them. In the first season, they had one solo episode to where they discovered their abilities. They started to work alongside Sailor Moon, but there's hardly any development. They are part of the team. They work together. They have these really great abilities, and there's time given to their transformation. But I still feel like them as characters really take a back seat, especially in season 2, because it really focuses on Tuxedo Mask and Sailor and Chibiusa and their relationship. I want to see more of the other characters because they're there a lot. We just don't feel like they're actually there. Like their presence is there, but we just don't know a lot about them compared to like the first season. But the animation is still really great in the second season, and we go into the future, we expand on it, we learn a lot about these characters and the world still in the future in the 30th century. It's all very vibrant. And then the third season ends with Deathbuster and Sailor Uranus. At first, they're reluctant to work with Sailor Moon. We get Super Sailor Moon in here, and Sailor Pluto is reincarnated as a student, so they're all kind of working together. This really feels like a big climax to the story with all of the characters coming together. Super Sailor Moon in here. There's some storylines with Chibiusa, some people that are Deathbusters, so there's conflicting storylines in here, but I love all of the action surrounding the Sailor Guardians and the whole team aspect of this season. There's a really big sense of urgency in this season, especially when it comes to Sailor Saturn. But with the big climax scene at the end of it all and all of the characters working together, it's a really enjoyable season. A lot of growth for these characters that we've seen from the first season into the third season now. And Super Sailor Moon is really epic. I loved all of the characters in here, and now they feel like they have important storylines, especially in the third season, especially for Sailor Saturn, who had a really important storyline towards the end of the series. But the characters that I loved from the first 2 seasons get a lot more to do in the third season, which makes the series end very nicely. Now, the fourth season is the 2 movies. So there's 2 parts to Sailor Moon, the Eternals movie. So these 2 movies, which I'll have a review on my channel soon, serve as a 4th season to this series. So I'm really excited to talk about it coming up soon on my channel. But I really love Sailor Moon. I'm excited to go back and check out the original series, which is a more faithful adaptation of the manga. But I really enjoyed watching it. I was invested from the first episode all the way to the end of the 3rd season. I really enjoyed the characters, the storylines, the humor within it, and how serious it was at times. But I'm looking forward to finishing up this whole series and then going back and watching the original one, which I heard has a lot more episodes within it. But right now, Sailor Moon series, the most recent one, I really did enjoy watching. If you guys have not seen Sailor Moon, you would like to, it is on Hulu, and you could check it out there. And the new movies will be on Netflix. I'm going to go ahead and give Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Crystal an A-. Thank you guys for watching my review for Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Crystal, the series. Stay tuned for my upcoming review of the 2 movies in one review. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for that. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.